Hello and welcome to another informative video from Smart Book World. My name is Chris and today we are going to talk about the top 10 most popular books by Cormac McCarthy. Are you ready? Okay, we'll begin. Cormac McCarthy is an American writer who has written 12 novels, 2 plays, 5 screenplays and 3 short stories spanning the Western and post-disastrous genres. He is known for his graphic depictions of violence and his unique writing style, recognizable by a sparse use of punctuation and attribution. Number 10. Outer Dark, 1968. The Outer Dark, on the perimeter of nowhere, is the second one of Cormac McCarthy's dark symbolic tales which resist time and specific definition. A sleepy fascination, a spectral charade, but for whom? Number 9. Cities of the Plain, 1998. The concluding volume of McCarthy's hitherto lavishly praised border trilogy is a long dying fall that brings together the 2 surviving protagonists of the previous novels, John Cole Grady of All Pretty Horses and Billy Porson of The Crossing. Judged as it must be in the context of its brother novel, City of the Plain is nevertheless, flaws and all, an essential component of contemporary masterpiece. Excellent. Number 8. The Orchard Keeper, 1965. A first novel, a singular novel, which uses several elliptical techniques to silhouette its hooded story of some covert activities in a small village in the hills of Tennessee. Mr. McCarthy's novel, while desolate, is effective in many ways. There is some usual writing furrowed by a stark visual imagery, while the story itself has a shadow fascination. Pretty good, pretty good. Number 7. No Country for Old Men, 2005. Almost as frustrating as it is commanding, McCarthy's Knife is a formidable display of stunning written scenes that don't quite cohere into a fully satisfying narrative. Magnificent writing, nevertheless, makes the best case yet for putting McCarthy on a pedestal just below the one occupied by William and Faulkner. Decent. Number 6. Child of God, 1973. In this taut, chilling novel, Lester Ballard, a violent, dispossessed man falsely accused of rape, haunts the hill county of East Tennessee when he is released from jail. While telling his story, Cormac McCarthy depicts the most sordid aspects of life with dignity, humour, and characteristical lyrical brilliance. Amazing book, amazing. Number 5. The Crossing, 1994. Volume 2 of McCarthy's Border Trilogy, following the much acclaimed National Book Award-winning All the Pretty Horses. Treads familiar territory but probes deeper into the darkness of the human animal. Written in McCarthy's trademark prose, clear, blunt and often startlingly beautiful, The Crossing tells the tale of that solitary man who is all men. Like the tales of Homer and Melville, his timeless work will resonate for ages. Number 4. Suttree, 1979. Cornelius Buddy Suttree shares the threefold plight of nearly all Cormac McCarthy heroes. He is an unregenerate loner outsider. His unwavering isolation is never fully accounted for, and his present life and station are described with a poetic force that at once overwhelms and repels analysis. McCarthy's idiosyncratic vocabulary and chronic verbal excesses will put off a lot of readers, but there is a cumulative power and occasional beauty in the relentless wretchedness that Suttree and his biographer wallow in. Number 3, All the Pretty Horses, 1992. McCarthy's work is essentially about fatality, grotesque human acts that lack self-direction, that seem to be playing out a design otherwise established. Like the late D.H. Lawrence at his worst and most pretentious, all-blood voodoo and animistic design, McCarthy makes an awfully unconvincing lot of a little hair. Still pretty good though. Give it a thumbs up, yes. Number 2, Blood Meridian, 1985. Virtually all of McCarthy's idiosyncratic fiction is suffused with fierce pessimism, relentlessly illustrating the frail destiny of mankind. And this novel is no exception, though it is equally committed to a large allegorical structure, one that yanks its larger-than-life figures across a sheer historical stage. Grandiose, feverish, opaque, but still good, still good. Number 1, The Road, 2006. Even within the author's extraordinary body of work, this stands as a radical achievement, a novel that demands to be read and reread. A novel of horrific beauty, where death is the only truth. You can't do much better than that, can you? It's got to be a thumbs up. Bonus, Stella Maris, 2022. A companion to McCarthy's The Passenger that both supplements and subverts it. A grand puzzle, and grandly written at that, about shattered psyches and illicit dreams. I'm going to read this next, so it's a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Which one of these books will you be reading next? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and the notification bell for more top 10 books by a whole range of fantastic authors. Bye for now. See you all again real soon.